No, 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 yeah. I'm gonna know one of these days, my Lord. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Be in peace, oh, my Lord. Why, hello. About 30 seconds in, it'll start. So today's concept is a sunset. So very dark sunset, and then in the very foreground, just right here, a dog and his owner. In preparation for my split screen with Mike. So yeah, let me just grab up which colors I'm gonna use here. Definitely gonna be on the darker side of things because I really want the middle of the sunset to pop and then the characters pop. Hi, Jordan. Well, good morning. Just getting the paints a little more ready. Kind of 12 o'clock came quick this morning for me. So what time it is here? Some of y'all are in Cali. This is like 7 o'clock in the morning, yeah? It's 8. So good morning, good morning. Try to be a little easier in tones. I'm trying to find my yellow and I do not know what I've done with it. That's an issue. I do have a paint marker of yellow, but well, we'll go on without it. So I'm gonna start as close to the middle as I can on this one. Yeah, it's 9 in the morning. Yeah, it's not horrible. I was up then. Today has been a wild day for waking up. Just has not worked out very well. So I'm actually gonna go back through later and do the yellow at the very center, or try to go scrape one up real quick. But I don't want to break the live to go and prepare stuff. I should have already been on this. But I'm just gonna take rainbow colors from the inside to the outside, and keeping in mind that the solid colors will blend in much more solid, so it does not take darker colors will blend in much more darker, so it doesn't take that much, and the light will be covered up pretty easy. So you got to be easy, not end up making yourself brown. Guess I should probably use the paintbrush first, huh? Good morning, Nisha. I'm just playing. It's like, see, but then Nisha, it's like nighttime, right? It's like 4 or 5. Oh, it's 5, whatever, 5:10. So make sure my board is good and on there. I'll just start spreading the paint out in layers in a rainbow sort of pattern, going all the way out. And then when I reach the bottom, I'm not gonna put like grass or anything on this one. It's gonna be like the sunset, um, kind of like water, kind of like a water effect, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll end up blending this all in a little bit darker, just so the characters that are sitting here will pop so much more. And this is a preparation board and for Romans, Rome Dogs painting. If you could, like, share the video. Oh, and I do actually have a message for this one too, so guess we'll break into that as we go here. So what's on my heart to share this morning is the key to this whole thing is um not concentrating on the devil. You have to be in alignment with your God, not the devil. So if your mind is on what the devil's doing, what the enemy, but he seeks to kill and destroy. But the key to it all is that you keep your heart on God. So if you're investing your heart in praising God instead of trying to fight the devil, it'll work out a lot better. Our focus is always to be on God, and not even just His works. And it says different parts. Like I've been convicted by that scripture. It says like you find me like a chimes. You know, like I'm not trying. God's not my amusement. He's my reason. He's what I'm trying to get in alignment with in everything I do, everything I think, and not the devil. It's the devil. He's like he's like God's tool to keep us going back to God. Yeah, that Bible study actually has a guy named Roman Cannon, and like he's just so real that he just seems to be on my mind a lot. But also that Romans. Rome Dog is awesome. I really liked his live the other day, just chilling in the mountains. You know, I think there's a certain element of accepting your life and not pushing to try to get something that you don't really want. I think there's a certain element of just accepting and being appreciative of where you are and how you are, and knowing that where you're messing up is gonna end up glorifying God. Just saying, things that maybe you think are really just wild are really there to serve the kingdom. You just have to continue to get your heart back on God and track the enemy. So like if that's what the other epiphany is, they're attacking based on unforgiveness. A lot of stuff with me is unforgiveness. So I'm like trying to pray, I'm trying to um do a certain work or something, and they want to remind me of a situation in my past, and they want to try to make me mad at that so that I'm distracted from whatever I'm doing, because it's all distractions, because that's what they do. But I can use that because they're going on my unforgiveness, man. They're pulling on things from my past that have not forgiven the people, or have not forgiven myself, or have not forgiven, and in some cases, not forgiven my God. And I have to use empathy, If I can't put myself in their shoes, I just have to put myself in God's shoes. Like why would he have certain things happen? Why do we have hardships? I tell you what, if we didn't have hardships, we would be some weak people. If we didn't know how to make a dollar stretch, if we didn't know how to reach out to somebody when we feel ourselves like we need somebody to reach out to us, if we didn't know, we would be some weak people. We would not have any nerve. We'd have to be in certain water or we wouldn't live. So in all things, I'd say keep in contact with God. Just keep in that conversation. And it's not about anybody else. It's just about you and God. And the enemy can only do so much. They can rock your whole world for sure. But if you see how it's really God, and you're honest with yourself, and you're seeking forgiveness for how you've done wrong. Because let me tell you, everybody do some wrong. What's up, nobody? What's up, Rhea? Everybody do some wrong. We all got stuff in our past. But if you really seek forgiveness for these things, your heart is always to understand your enemy and pray for him, because when God strikes, man, it's done. It's done. And I'm not even just talking about Armageddon. I'm talking about your enemies. Like when he finally has had enough, they're gonna die. They'll have a coward's death, man. So you want to pray that God is merciful with them, because you serve an awesome God. You understand? Pray that He moves in their life. Because there's nothing like somebody who you thought was never gonna be in the service, and then you see they're fully dedicated. And I mean, in some cases, even more heartful than you are. That's what I love. That's what me personally. I got a couple little brothers. Every time I see them, I'm like mind blown. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, nobody. Yeah, somebody real channel, Hootville. I don't know what's been going on over there recently. No, I'm just playing with you. Whatever you're going through, brother, God sees you. He's putting things around you to help you. Okay, I feel like I'm not supposed to say too much, so I won't. So we are going for a character and his dog on the foreground, and then the background of a sunset. But it's looking more like it's gonna end up being a nuclear bomb going off or something. So we'll see as we go. At this point, I'm really just trying to put paint on the canvas. I'll go back through in more details and more details. So, and then the key to the message here is worship God. Don't worship the devil. Don't worship the way that he moves. Don't fear him, because he is in God's toolbox to expose what's not God in you. And the more that you let the Lord show you what isn't of him, and the more that you get changed, I tell you, being right with God, it has its own consequences. For sure. Walking consequences. There is nothing like speaking, even whispering, and God amplifying you to the point that people can hear you like rocking through. You know what I mean? Well, hi. Price dust. Oh, pixie dust. You've probably been to a room like this. I put everybody as a standard moderator so they can sub up each other. Pixie does live talks. She does a lot of Disney stuff. She's been a part of Tori's community for a long time. I do believe that's where. And I personally like her lives a lot. I'll just go there and chill out with her and listen to people. She is really sweet to people, and she's given me a lot of tips on this YouTubing. So yeah, keep our eyes on the Most High. Because if your heart is set like this to forgive and keep moving, then really they're not going to be able to get to you. Because you're hidden behind God. You're hidden behind His grace. You understand? Because no matter what He does to me, no matter what any of the world does to me, as long as I'm still right with God, then really it's not the worst. I mean to say, you throw me in jail and I'm still right and I'm still able to praise, I'm still able to do these things, and I'm good, you know? I'm still able to pray. You can't take it away. And the power when my God moves. Oh, I was trying to have the window open so y'all could get some of this lovely storm sounds. There's a real windy storm going on outside. Pop this window open. I hope it doesn't blow everything everywhere. Oh yeah, and the hawk. I think that means he found something to eat. Prop that curtain open. Hopefully that doesn't hurt the light none. Well, hi. Yeah, well, I try. I mostly just come on here to encourage other people that have passions of their own, you know. Whatever brings you inspiration, I fully encourage you to put it on YouTube, because there's so much crap on here that anybody who, you know, has a heart for service, this is a great atmosphere. Because you're gonna stand out for sure. Just whatever it is. I don't care if it's doing puzzles, I don't care if it's knitting, I don't care. There's somebody who wants to learn that stuff, you know, and they're probably not too far from you. Anything we can do to help each other, you know. I didn't mean that geographically. I meant that on YouTube. Like, they're probably just a flick away, you know, and you can help somebody out. So yeah, that's pretty much what my channel is really about. Painting's just like a way that I can make something cool, and it's one of those things that I've definitely got encouragement from. I mean, just to sit down and just pray and think on the word and try to create something beautiful and just try to talk to God. I had a lot of revelations because it just forced me to sit down and watch. Really forced me to pay attention to this and not the world. But I screw around a lot with painting. Really, I should invest myself more to really know what I'm talking about. I could probably make more cool stuff. What's your thoughts, perspective on meditation on the word? I don't think it's explained well pulpit in pulpit setting somewhere. Thoughts on meditation. Well, I mean, for me, that it's like I can mark the times that I tried to sit down and meditate. Um, like traditional, I guess you would say, style, like just clearing my mind out and putting the spoken word, because there's the written word is the Bible, and spoken word is what's walking with us, the Holy Spirit in us. And so I'd sit down with the spoken word and try to silence myself enough to hear Him. And every time, well, the 3, 4 times that I have consistently done this, and it worked. It was like really relieving and rejuvenating. And a lot of times when I tried it like that, I was just attacked a lot, and I never understood how to let it just flow past me and realize that I wasn't part of it. But for the most part, it's just like prayer. I don't believe you're supposed to hang up the phone. It says pray continuously. So like what you were doing at the mall the other day, where you just running around and spreading out joy, that was praying. That was praying. You know, and that's how we're supposed to be. Is like walking with God. That's my real thoughts on meditation. I think. But I think that anything you do to calm yourself down enough that it's not, first of all, it's not about you, and you just sit down and talk to God. That's something like meditation, I would say. But more importantly is to be able to walk with the Spirit. So stay in prayer while you hang up the phone. You're part of it, you know, for sure. So this might turn out not being a sunset, but it's definitely turning into something cool. I think that's a big thing about meditation, though, that they go to clear out their mind and they don't put in the word, as you would say. So, like, they're not, it's just like a lot of drugs, honestly, that if they're not using it to get closer to God, then they're wasting their time. And if they are using it to get closer to God, it might still be a waste of time. It's a headspace thing, man. It's always a mind state thing. And so, if you sit down and try to clear your mind, and then the devil's just running in, and all of a sudden, all you can think about is crazy, then that's obviously not so profitable. But you sit down with the spoken word and he will answer. He will answer. Can you hear me? Sorry, I can't read this little view stuff. I also the like with dreaming, for instance, I don't dream a lot, but when I do it and I'm meant to remember it, the spirit makes me remember it, and then as I think on it, he brings more of it back to my remembrance. So like I know this isn't me because I have a horrible memory. Like if it was my birthday, I probably wouldn't know. Like seriously bad memory. But when it comes to the things of God, I can remember. Like I can remember dreams. I can do a lot because it's all for Him. It's all through Him. Because the Spirit does that. You see. So when it comes to dreaming, I walk a lot of that out because I'm continually staying knowing that God's watching me and like I'm having a conversation with him in my head forever. Like it doesn't end even in the middle of the drama, you know. So by staying on that, I think oh man, I lost where I was going. That sucks. Oh, by staying on that, I don't dream a lot. Um, and I think that's because I walk it out when I'm going around, so I don't have a whole crazy lot to tell myself. Now God does have a lot to tell me, for sure, and I'm sure hoping that that means that He does tell me when I'm walking too. So I'm gonna go for the fallen face of Babylon. Yep, so I'm gonna do. And I put the dogs on it, the dog and the guy on at the end. Man, it is so annoying to stutter. I don't know if y'all got that, but it is so annoying. Um, I totally feel, man, um, Moses and their stuttering and being like, oh, I don't want to go in front of people. Because when I really care about something, it's like hard to speak about it. You know, like I want to make sure I pick the right words on my own. So, how y'all be so cool and encouraging all the time? True. I am so grateful to be part of this community. If I don't say that enough, I really, I really know how big of a blessing it is and what the timing of this thing is and all this. I don't take any of this lightly. I know that it's God moving amongst us. So I really hope that everybody's keeping that in mind as you're around on this here YouTube, that you're flicking into people's lives, you know. Literally, literally flicking into people's lives and lives. F and a B, you know. Yeah, it's always a chance to bring the word to him, you know. It's always that. And honestly, what do you got to lose? Like you're gonna think somebody who is messed up in the head, you gonna think that they're right or something? I don't know. I've been doing it lately. It's had mixed results, but mostly good. Thank God. But there's just so many people that just come on here to hate. It's ridiculous. I'm so grateful to be part of a community that's not about that shit. Strictly supportive. What are your thoughts on meditation though? Is there any thought any you got any, I don't know. Anisha says she sit 5 minutes and come back to the now. That's a good one too. I'd say that's pretty similar. I gotta walk through, and the spirit will remind you, like whatever you're not in alignment with him, he will remind you for sure. So I be having hidden jealousies and I don't even know. I'm not even like half conscious, you know. I gotta be like, oh, what? That's disgusting, you know. I'm glad to have that kind of insight in my head, you know. This canvas needs to get pinned better. Cat, you dumbass cat. Sorry, guys, my cat is retarded. She just jumped up on the table and knocked everything down. Paints everywhere. Are there any prayer techniques that y'all would like to share that would be helpful, be useful to anybody else? Seeing as we're all out here fighting the same pool, you know. Any particular scriptures that stand out on this here? We getting there. We getting there. Yeah, the only thing about painting is just repetitive, repetitive, repetitive. But as little as this canvas is, it might still end up being a two-parter. So here's that. Just because I'm trying to do something detailed. Ooh, but the colors are great on that. Actually, let me hook up this other light. This helps out. Any. I do got some pretty good light going, but see if we can brighten it up a little bit more. Yeah, not crazy good. That's probably Nisha watching. This thing, that counter is so annoying when everybody's mods, you know? It's so annoying. I wish I could figure it out. Just so I could, what, reach out to y'all. I think odds and evens jumped out. That's all right. I'd love to know. I'd love to hear from him on meditation. That'd be a good one to talk to because dude's got something good going for him. His vibe's awesome. Just every time, whether it's talking or in a live or commenting on my videos or his own shorts and output. Someone's starting to put a face on here. Being careful, try to get the angles just right. Because I don't really want to try to match the orange again. I wonder why he asked that. I think maybe I'd be called to meditation, huh? I don't know. I'd love to get some clarity on that because I mean I've asked a lot. That's how I've got this information, but I feel like I'm still missing something on meditation. But I definitely know that God can speak in the moment and change everything. And God can use our lips. He can use the enemy's lips. He can use whatever he wants to get his job done. He can use the babies. He can use youngins who barely even know how to talk. Can come out talking about reincarnation. Like he can use whatever he wants to get his point across. That we should turn back to him. Period. All right, so now we got the basic colors. Let this cool down a little bit so I can keep some of the contrast on the waves here. Yep, I'm very grateful to be part of this community. Thank y'all so much for coming on here with your contributions, with your encouraging words, watching out for each other. Doing what we're supposed to do. Let this cool a little bit. I wasn't intended to make a very long video out of this one, just kind of doing a scratch board to get ready for Mike and I's live of a dog, of Rome Dog's dog, Rome Dog, brown spot on the ear, you know, and piano keys. That's probably going to be my other scratch board is piano keys. So for the characters, I'm probably going through and highlight a whole bunch still. Or maybe put some sparkles. I really like the sparkles. So I'm probably still going to go through and highlight a whole bunch. I don't even know what that emoji is, family. That is a wild looking emoji. Nobody, good job, huh? Oh, like the drama, the happy sad mask. All right, so this part I'm gonna do the character. I'm gonna try to do him on the bottom fourth there as close as I can get. He's a little bit high, but then his dog will be right here. So and as close to the middle as I can get, and on the bottom third at least. So this is right about the line of the bottom of third of the canvas. The smaller he is, the bigger the rest of it will seem. So I'm just gonna start with the any old color, but in this case, skin tone. We might make it a two-parter depending. Just don't know. Seems to be coming out pretty quick soon. Who knows? But my message again is keep your eyes on the prize, Forget who you're working for and don't get too overwhelmed with fighting the enemy that you can't still look after your job and get this message out here, which is Christ can change everything. Christ can change your world. Christ can change your everything. So I'm gonna try to make this guy sitting on a dock or something. But he's a little bit tall. God can change it. God can move people's hearts, flip the whole world upside down if it gets the mission done. That through you changing yourself, admitting where you were wrong, repenting of your wrongs to God, not to man, and going about being a better friggin' human. And always too, it's not a thing that just stops. It's like the pursuit of wisdom never ends. It never ends. The more you find out that you're doing, the more you find out that you're not doing. Or I don't know. It's like the more you find out that you were right, the more you find out the places you were wrong. Like getting clean. I don't mean from drugs, but clean from the world and clean from sin. It's a process. You think you're so dirty, and you start cleaning up one thing, and you realize that you were dirty, and you're also dirty here. Start cleaning up that, and all that comes from God. It's not something you can do on your own. It's just not. Unless you can brag on yourself. Oh yeah, I got that on my own intelligence. Really? I don't know. All right. So we got the little guy there. Hi, Alice. This one turned out looking a little different than I thought it was going to, but same basic concept. This one's a scratch board for Rome Dog. I'm trying to be so careful because I'm trying to get the dog head right where I want it to be, not anywhere I don't want it to be. Oh, show me how to do it. Come on, Joe. Trying to get the right size and sit them in just the right spot. Kind of the detail work is crazy. It helps if you're using a littler brush. Let's see about a littler brush. So I got a little bitty detail brush here. Hopefully that's got a sharper point. When they come, they have a little bit of wax on the bristles to make it a sharper point. Get quite a bit of pink. So I'm going to try to keep that sharpness as long as I can here. So not pressing too hard on the board. So yeah, and the message for this one, keep your eyes on God. No need to worship the enemy and be like, oh, I'm being attacked, when all he's doing is exposing what's in you that's not of God. So yeah, turn back to God. Forgive me. So I don't sin for anybody. I don't sin against anybody but against you. And he'll show you what you can do to fix it. What you can do. Sometimes it's just as easy as a thought, but sometimes you got to go back there and apologize for the humility fact, Plus, because if you're apologizing and you realize that you were wrong and they don't, maybe show you what kind of person they have, what kind of person you're dealing with. Expose the enemy that way. In all things, man, turn back to God. It's always about that conversation. Do, say, be wherever He wants you to be. Do what He wants you to do. Tune your heart in to how He thinks so that you can better serve. Instead of getting caught up on how to attack the devil. Because he's got a plan. Yeah, the Lord's got a plan for that. And all He really wants to do is get you distracted from that conversation. Because the realness of God is something that, well, just changes everything, doesn't it? Thank y'all for coming through today. I appreciate you supporting me. In a lot of cases, put me up to things like this. I need that encouragement, Just trying to go along the high points of the face with this yellow. See if I can make it pop a little bit. It's so easy to kill it right now. It's so easy to put too much yellow and mess it all up. Someone you try to be very, very easy. Not overload it. This is not quite as bright a yellow as I was trying to use either, but it's working. I figured they would be on here. Is it a weekday? Yeah, he's probably at school. I'm just playing, bro. I think he graduates this year, though. Huh? That was pretty cool last night, being in Zay's live and everybody just talking. Even if we were low key there to mess with Zay a little bit. Oh, you girls are sweet. You know there would be no. I, I just every time I come into people like y'all, it just I totally know that the church ladies held this whole thing up. You know, straight up. That's it. When God was, Christ was up on the cross, and after they were gonna put him in the grave, it was the church ladies that was the only ones who weren't hiding. You know, like there would be no, there would be none of this if it weren't for church ladies. Y'all are my back for real. I am so grateful for y'all. Got my back, and that discernment of character. May God be with you. You see exactly what you're dealing with, so that you can do His will, so that you can get this work done. I appreciate y'all being on here. Such an encouragement to everybody, and how we aren't really taught how important it is to be appreciative, like in a verbal way, you know. So you don't really hear it from people. You hear it from God. Of course, that's what matters most. But it is always nice to be reminded of your place, and that what you're doing online isn't nothing for sure. That is definitely encouraging people. It's definitely walking out this Bible for real. Well, I hope Rome Dog likes this one. You know, it's just a scratch board. This is not what I'm trying to do with Mike. I'll probably do more of a basic idea with Mike's one, like have Rome Dog's dog dancing on piano keys, and then I just want to see what Mike come up with because his art is so much different. He uses color in such a different way. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. So, Mike, if you happen to tune into this later or whatever, I hope that you fast forward to this part in particular. Know that I challenge you. We're gonna get that together soon. My brother always been encouraging since the beginning of this, y'all. I just want to tell you, he's one of the very niche, him and Coffee, that I don't, you guys can't know what I was going through off camera, but you guys' encouragement has been the friggin' world to me. And they're one of some of the very, very first to kind of push me to do this kind of thing and show me that it could be encouraging to help somebody out. I really enjoyed Rome Dogs live the other day. I really enjoyed your live today, Nisha. Although I did get called away about 2/3 through, I think, and to go handle some heavy lifting stuff, you know. But I saw you were in good company. That's so awesome that the whole community shows up, and the ones you're bringing in are the ones that are there for the words. So that's even cooler. Oh, it's not really about me. It's really about God. Especially with the way you're building your platform, that it's really about God. Like it's really Him that gets any kind of glory from any of this, any of those comments, any of anything. He's good. He's bringing people into you. He's bringing people to the message that you're putting out for Him. He's bringing people to Himself. That's awesome. It's awesome to see. It's awesome to be any part of that. Because a lot of these people don't even use their real names, like whatever, but the Spirit can see Him. The Spirit will be moving on Him, and we don't even know it. That's what He's doing. You just let it go, you know? Just be His cup. Beautiful thing to see. Beautiful thing to see. I'm sorry I missed a couple of them, to tell you the truth. I really like it, especially reading the Word. I really like, well, your accent, but I'm really in love with that Bible. Like, yes, very much so. And on the message of today, like haven't done the best of this. No way. I've spent a lot of time fighting the enemy, and that I should have been spending getting back with my God. If I would have realized this little bit, that he was some of the tools that the devil uses, like unforgiveness or lust, distraction. If I would have listened and heard these tools back then, I think I'd be living better now. So I hope that somebody really hears the messages today, that you have to keep your eye on God and not on the enemy's attacks, but use them as a way to show you what in you is not of God, so that you can correct yourself. Because no matter who you are, we've 55 years in the ministry, like top notch. If you're not getting corrected by God, then there's a problem for sure. Because who He loves, He corrects. So if you think that you're sinless, there's a problem. There's a problem. It's like I'm the smartest guy in the room. There's a problem. And you need to get back in conversation. You know what I mean? So otherwise, how you gonna hear the warnings? I can't hear the warnings on my own. It's only the Holy Spirit be giving me the warnings. Yeah. I wish I knew them what I knew now, but God got my back, and I'm here now. Yeah. Check it the right orange. But these a different color. Amen, Nisha. Amen. And He's got you right here, right now, and not on accident. That it's on purpose. You know, and that He doesn't expect us to be like, I expect myself to kind of be I did for a long time. I kind of accept my smallness, as it were, now. But kind of expect yourself to be a superhero in the faith, and it's just not so. Christ is the superhero, for sure. Like, everybody has sin, you know, and not to say that you accept it within yourself, but just, I don't know how to say things. Yeah, I wish I knew it. Well, I mean, and not even that I didn't know it. I wish I would have listened. And still, even now, like, I've preached things that I knew, but doesn't mean that I was listening. It's part of the gift, you know. It's not really you, you know. But I do wish I would have listened, at least on that part. And so now, here we are. I really like using orange and blue together. It's like one of my favorite color pads to mix together. So I guess this message also goes with apocalypse thinking. You know, like, it doesn't really matter if the Mark of the Beast came out tomorrow. Do you think that God's gonna let you just starve because what? I mean, it rains on everybody, but do you think the Holy Spirit's just gonna not answer? Like, you're gonna get fed even then, or if not fed, you're gonna be shown what's really going on. I mean, be warned, fed and bread, fed in spirit. I don't know. I sure hope it's not all that, but in the meantime, I'm not gonna worry. I'm gonna stay connected, stay having that conversation, because then I don't have to worry if it is that. I mean, I myself have found that bologna and cheese in the garbage can. You know, I've had experiences because I've prayed and because I've been in situations to need that. You know, like I know God will forgive sins. I know He will because when I asked, it was as far as east as west to me, and He never brought it up to me again. He never held me to account. He forgave me instantly. Not like not like men forgive. Ooh, that blue is so nice. I could use more of that. What the heck? That does not look like the same blue. Where did it go? I got to read. Oh yeah, Nisha's room is awesome. She has a lot of scriptures. She's got a whole awesome group. Yeah, and it's growing every time she goes live. She's growing and she puts a lot of long form readings of different books on there, and it's growing all the time. She's so sweet. She's so supportive of everybody, and she does get messed with a little bit. And I don't personally, I don't get it. I think people should be more respectful. They come into a place like that, and with a heart like that, they should mind their business. They should just scroll off. They got something mean to say, but I don't. You know, I feel like sometimes I be trying to do stuff that God's gonna do. You know, I mean to say, I'm not your protection, mom. It's God making this thing. It's God being your protection. I do wish I didn't have to worry about people being so damn mean. Oh, was it you? Was it you, Alice, talking about going live? For some reason, I get you and Abigail mixed up. I don't exactly understand yet. Oh, it was you. It was you talking in Tay's room, maybe. Tay's Taylor. Nice. I don't think. Will it let me go through to your channel? It will. Cool. Okay. I'm planning on going live this Saturday from Air Force Museum if the weather is good. Awesome. It won't. It will. No, it just says channel activity remove as put user in timeout hide user. It won't let me go to your station as when I'm live. That sucks. Huh. That'd be awesome. The Air Force Museum. I think Nisha, are you still going planning on doing something tomorrow? Or I mean Friday? Reading. Oh, I forgot, dude. My memory it sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. Room Dog's dog has pointy ears. Oops. This dog might be a little bit fatter today. Make it work. Book of Ruth on Friday. All right. Provided my professional stuff gets done Friday in a good way, I'll be there. Now it's like at 3 my time. It's 5, 6 your time. 5 hours apart. God willing. I hope I'm there. Go back through and do the color on the guy and the dog again. Now that that's good and dry. So I give it a basic outline before I want it, but now I can go back through and do it a little bit better knowing. Y'all hear the hawk? Isn't it? I think that's a hawk. We had these big old owls come in the trees, and they'd be so loud. You don't even think they'd be that loud, and then so I just very easily with my detail brush put the dog ears on there. Try to make them proportionate to the rest of him. The littlest mark of the brush. It don't take much. You definitely just very lightly stroking the canvas. You're not trying to kill it. Definitely not trying to kill the canvas. It's like one of the beginner things though is really getting the stroke of your brush down. And I don't have depth perception, so if I can do it, you can do it just fine. But really getting the stroke down makes it just perfect. That sounded really strange. Move on. That's probably the most annoying part of painting is just all the little over and over and over and over stuff. But in it is the meditation, in it is the time spent sitting down and just doing nothing but doing this and talking to God. So that's what we're doing. I'm not here to convert anybody to any sort of religious beliefs. I'm not here to do anything but encourage the entire world to talk to God, just to talk to Him, get right, get right with Him. You don't have to worry about the rest of it. Get right with Him. I don't remember how Rome Dog spots go, so we're gonna kind of BS a little bit. The little detail stuff. See you later, Alice. Thank you for coming in and supporting. Anisha, if I haven't said it before, oh my goodness, girl. I think so highly of you, it's incredible. If you would have told me 6 months ago that I have such a friend on YouTube, I would have told you that you were crazy. For sure. Yep. But no. You've been awesome to me, lady. I have to watch myself. I don't get over defensive. Because that's how I do. That's what I do. It's kind of disempowering, and I don't want to do it. Because it's not ever me doing stuff. I mean to say, I can teach you one thing, but really the real message is forgive, keep moving. That's it. I do be overprotective of folks though. But I'm also getting that from crazy people. So never mind. I might be wrong. Who knows? I just have to keep my eye on the Most High always. Realize that there ain't no accidents in this, and there ain't no takebacks. You know, so you got to stay aware all the time. Keep your eyes open all the time. Get into the Bible. The more you dig into the Bible, the more you're gonna understand what God's actually telling you, because it's all confirmed with the spoken word. Is confirmed in the written word. So you go to the written word and you'll get it written out for you real plain, whether it's good or bad. And if it's bad, good, you correct it. Thank God for life that you can correct it. That would be the sound of the cat, the other cat, my housemate's cat, who is out on the porch because, well, my housemate found where she'd been peeing. Yuck. At least them mouse are cats, even though they're nuts. That's looking a little more like a man and his dog, huh? I'm gonna read your text here, Nisha. Yeah, Sally's good about that. I should probably read stuff out, huh? Take notes from other people's lives and read out comments. That's a good idea. Y'all been great. Someone in my life, me, um, me All Star. I'm the one that's. Y'all been great. Someone in my live today asked if I was single, and I didn't answer. But Richard confirmed what I said in the support. I'm the support is and the support is so good. So yeah, helping me think about the word. You all are amazing. Yeah, that's how I feel about the thing too. And like the people that are being brought in are awesome. Like Salia Ben, he's so dope. Man. He's just so on it. He's not trying to lie to nobody. He's not trying to show you nothing that's not real. He's not got his own objectives besides just serving the Most High and getting the word right. You have to have respect for the word of God. Ugh. That's looking pretty decent, I'd say. Wow, looks pretty epic. Oh, you're good. You're good. I do that all the time. I type all the time. And I have autofill. Autofill is so annoying because I'll go to try to type something like that I know in slang or whatever, and autofill will try to fill in something else, or it's forever putting I's and U's. So that makes a big difference. We're seeing things like you do this, and it will say I. No, no, no. Okay, never mind. It usually works out good. Yeah, For me, on a painting though, when you get to this stage is always the most intimidating because you get just enough of the idea on the canvas that you don't want to mess up. But at the same time, like you're so close. So closer you get is the more likelihood of messing up. So I mean, the closer you get to finishes, the harder it is to correct stuff, or the more time it will take to correct stuff. So this is always the part where it's a make or break at the very end there. So we'll probably come back in just a little bit and do the finishing process. But I think this one's actually just gonna get the guy finished, and it's actually looking pretty decent. Pretty good practice board. Yeah. Well, it's got nothing really to do. I mean, it's got something to do with us only because we're being involved, but it is totally God's work, dude. It's totally God's work, whatever he's got going on there. I mean, maybe you can appreciate this. There's a certain creator on here. I forgot her name right just now, but she does Bible readings. I think she's in Kentucky or something, she said, but it's just like a 15-year-old, and she's been raised in the church, and every day she gets on here and just reads the Bible, and she's been doing it for about 8 months now, and she's got two or three moderators that kind of went overboard one night, and then I went in there and just went off because it was about the work, and they were messing up and trying to make it about something that they understood as religion instead of being about Christ helping people. Like that's why the creator got on there. But anyway, so this 15-year-old, she's been doing it for about 8 months, and every time she goes live, the algorithm just sends her like it's maybe like 10 people every minute. Like it's a pretty high number for a creator at her level. And because of her novice, I guess you might say, because it's very obvious that she's young, but she's got a whole lot of faith. I think maybe that's what makes people want to speak up. So they get a lot of people that I just think it's so glorious because she also is very young in the faith, but that her novice or her lack of experience goes to show how glorious God is because God sends people in there. Every time she reads that Bible, it just changes everything. But then I go to other channels and they're reading for days or even a pure heart and all. Most I send them a couple people in. It's just also wild to me. I don't take it lightly. I think our novice definitely shows off God's awesomeness. Like I can tell you all kinds of stories, and God bless me in this way. I've seen this one and this one and this one, but it's in the ways that I don't know is the ways that He's blessing. Cause it's not me, for real, and I know it's not me. Cool. I think this one's getting somewhere. So Nisha, I'm guessing there's somebody else here. Oh, hi, Nietzsche. Nietzsche. Hi, lovely. Dear inspiring self. I woke up to you 2 times this week. I caught both of your lives at like 7 or something. It was mad early. So this is the painting so far. I'm probably hanging out with y'all for a minute. I think it's looking pretty interesting. Probably need to do a couple detailed things here and there. Hit it with the paint markers when we come back. Maybe put a little bit more color in the sky, but it's just a little bit of a difference. So I might leave it like it is because the motion, the coloring on the background is really pretty cool. But highlighting on the face, getting a little more yellow on there. Where Oh, we're right at an hour and 10 minutes. Y'all know what 111 is? Cause it's like everywhere I go recently. I think it's really good. I think it's about praise. Like I'm supposed to be there. I would just want to stay awake and aware of any kind of symbology, any kind of anything the Most High is trying to throw at me, so I can be ready in the now to jump in and do what I'm supposed to do. It's hard to get educated. I had to get educated on a lot of things. So what you ladies doing today? Heck yeah, kind of what I'm doing too. Pretty much just running through YouTube's. This storm coming in is a bit, but I had to ended up with the day off anyways because I got the side jobs done. I was supposed to work like you're working for God, and He'll be the one that pays you. So whether it's employed by a private employer or employed by like a regular job, do that thing, build the schedule up right so I can get the most done. So it's kind of a curse in a regular job. My side work, no, not really. Well, the thing with side work is first of all, it's a small business doesn't have as much money as like a corporation, and so I wouldn't feel right about trying to go for broke. Um, and uh, and they don't do like taxation and things. But the thing about it is that you can be self-driven and run yourself out of work for sure. But I have another property that I'm going to help out on Thursday, so tomorrow, and then business stuff Friday, and then probably that other property on Thursday, then turn around Monday and go back to my original spot. But I did do some checking in at my local McDonald's, and that place was hell for me. But it sounds like a lot of things that needed to happen finally happened. So it's a whole different atmosphere. And as far as that place goes, I'm a beast in the kitchen. Like there's nothing that could touch me. Even full of dreadlocks, they wanted me there for sure. And in that place, I saw God work in amazing ways. So I'm just hesitant because it's like the suckiest job ever. Damn near. I don't know. I'm kind of fried on. I don't know. I just don't want to get in a work situation and end up doing it all for nothing again. Because it's been like 3 jobs now. I mean, I did it all for God. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. It's like it's not for lack of trying, but it is what it is. Yeah, I worked at McDonald's when I was younger. I lasted 2 weeks. I went for 8 months, 8 months, 8 months. Just so what's that? 2 seasons. you know, I went for 2 seasons, and then this last time I was there for 4 days. In that 4 days, they gave me a raise, put me as a maintenance person, and then fired me in 4 days. So yeah, no, I'm not. I'm really kind of hesitant just because it's so crazy, but like I'm really good at it. I mean, I always have been. We had this last time. It was in the middle of divorce with my second job, and yeah, it was the dirtiest I had ever seen it. Like the last few times I was there before, they had power issues, but that last time I was there, they had drug issues and like little kids knew about it. Nobody was saying anything about it. They were just letting 15-year-olds do drugs. And I low key just kind of flipped out. I mean, just a little bit. I'm not talking about screaming, but just when I speak, it has fucking force. And so when I had force with a particular individual, they made up some other shit and got me fired. Well, I don't say got me fired because the reality was I wasn't trying to go back to that place. If you're gonna let kids know about hard drugs and have it around them, and it's not an issue with you, then it's an issue with me, for sure. Because we're supposed to be watching after these kids, you know? Not supposed to be giving them our sin. No, don't do like I do. In fact, you see something that's wrong with me, good, man. See it. Don't be like that. Don't emulate that. Emulate whatever is good in me. Right? Right? But I mean, I really needed the job. But when it comes down to it, I don't serve money, you know? And because I don't serve money, money's dead, you know? Because I serve a very living God, He does answer my prayers. I had to be open to all the ways that He answers, especially on money, you know? Because he be doing a lot to keep us humble. But I couldn't serve money either. I had that time where I wanted to work and work and work. But I don't know. My walk is a little different because of my eye, though. Like I couldn't work for a long time, but I did work with stitches in my eye. I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings, and then was running around doing everything else at the same time. Oh, yeah, those are wild days. And all of it, though, I was still trying to minister. You know, I never had no other thing that I found more real than God. So I'm in the midst trying to tell all these people a thing that I didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't go back to those days. That sucked. But I kept showing up with my 10 stitches in my eye. I kept showing up to work and spinning hot wings. Gee, but I guess that really humbled me out as far as what I was trying to get out of my life, and then made me see what amazing blessings I have like right there. Mm, I mean there are some amazing people out here. You just have to be ready for however he answers. Just keep your eye on him. I really like that kind of paintings where it looks like the end of the world. I don't know. I don't know why that is. Like that last one with the marks and all beaten up face. I think that was like one of the coolest paintings. I really like that style. It's crazy. I think this one goes right in there. Look like a nuclear bomb of a face coming up or going down. Yeah, the Lord will use babies. The Lord will use anything. But it's all about heart. As it came up in the Bible study, that's kind of one of the scary things about working for God. It's just a little scary is that even the people who are murderers and rapists, that they can go to God and get forgiven of their sins and be a changed person. And you got to be ready to accept that because that's part of the calling, dude. What else are you in this for? To see people change, and not by an idea of religion, but by the true God that you worship. So we got to be ready to see. And in some cases, that's really hard. My personal struggle right now, it would be a little difficult, but oh boy, how I'd love to see certain people in real peace and comfort in God and not fighting Him. How I'd love to see them turning up some of this fruit, helping somebody. That was pretty cool. I'm so happy you're here, Nisha. Oh, thank you. I still haven't figured out that counter. It really low-key drives me a little batty because I just wish I could know how it figures. Because sometimes it says 0 and there be nobody, and sometimes it says 9 and nobody says anything. So what's another one? Empowerment by the Spirit. Sometimes you got to know what you're talking about, even though you don't know what you're talking about. It's like when Odds and Evens was asking me about meditation just a minute ago. It's like I can only tell him what I know, and just hope that I get the right message out there, and just know that the Spirit will correct me if I don't have the right message out there. And trust God. Trust God to do whatever He's gonna do. And honestly, if I was just encourage one person, I'm good. That's what I want to do. That's what makes me happy, is to see people getting closer to God. So if that's just one person who don't ever want to say nothing, then I come on here every day, and that's what it's for. I'm down for it. I was thinking about putting clothes on that guy, but that actually looks pretty freaking cool. Kind of like it looks like some sort of ghost, to be honest. Go on the vertical ones here. Cool. I like it. I think that's getting about there. Bit of a fat chin. Yeah. Not a bad little sketchboard. Funniest thing about art, I think, is when you're going for something and then you end up getting something completely different. So, like, I had a basic idea for this painting, but then I end up with something just slightly different. I think I'm probably gonna call it official. I'll probably put some sparkles on it, do a little bit of outlining, but not too much more. I'll probably call this one officially. I really like how it looks like he's got a shadow in the water. Yeah, sparkles. Sparkles. Like this stuff. Glitter. I don't know, I really like shiny. I really like glitter stuff. Like Coffee's guitar pops so much more once I got glitter on it. Do with that water bottle. Dang. I don't know where I put that other one. Actually, I'm going for that. Oh well. I have another one that has bigger pieces of glitter. To show you what it does. It doesn't show up very well doesn't show up very well on the camera. But just to give you an idea what that glitter does on a painting. Come on, camera, flip. Okay. So this is the painting from before. That's what that. Just little. It just reflects back light. The other glitter I have is like little confetti pieces, so it's a little bit bigger than that. But I'll probably use this kind right up around the guys, right up along that line, and then use the other one right up around this line. Oh, did you not see this from the other night? Can't remember if you were here. They thought that E had something to do with E, like homegirl E. No. I almost put scriptures on it. I almost put scripts for the. I'll mark them. I almost put the scripts for Cain. Man, it's just so intense. It's just so painful. But when the world hates you, then know that I love you. And then don't call man or call man a fool. Be judged by God. That's how I put a gold chain that God gave you. I about put little scriptures on it all over the place, but I haven't gotten that far yet. And this also doesn't have a home. Sometimes I paint stuff and I'm like, no idea what it's doing, so it ends up in the box. Probably come summertime, I'll set up on the Is that better? When did that mute? So yeah. So thank you for everybody who came through. um, oops. Oh yeah, my eyebrows are working right now. Let's see, we had Alice, Munisha, and Real Odds and Evens. Pixie Dust Passport. She does a lot of real streaming. Jordan, if you're not subbed up to Pixie Dust, that's a good one. And she'll sub back for sure. She's always worth stopping into her lives. She answers questions. She talk about life. She, um, woman of faith. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here. 1:31 and 30 seconds. Numbers. It's like the last 2 days, it's been a whole bunch of ones. I've been paying attention to numbers. All right, I'm loving you. I'll talk to you later. I might do another painting tonight. I'm not quite sure. Just depends on what goes on. I appreciate your support.